Hey YouTube, today I'm going to show you how to change a water meter. So this is my daily work. I read and I change water meters for a living. This water meter has been registering 0 water usage for the last 2 months. We checked it and we found out that it was stuck. First thing I like to do is disconnect the pigtail from the antenna. So this is a census antenna. This is the way we are able to get the reads every month. This meter here is an old 5/8 iPro meter. There's quite a bit of mud and water in the meter box, so I like to prep them. This is my meter shovel, and I gotta get all the mud out of there. There was a couple of pieces of wood in there, made it just a little bit difficult to be able to prep it correctly. I did struggle a little bit. And you do have to be careful not to break the customer's line. Right here, I'm trying to make a little bit more space in the back of our curb stop. I'm just digging from behind. Here we go. I'm gonna give it another try with the meter shovel. There's very limited space in there. And like I said, the 2 pieces of wood in there made it a little bit difficult. I gave it a try with my meter shovel. Now I'm gonna use my hand shovel. It all depends on what works for you that specific day. Sometimes the meter shovel is gonna work perfectly, and sometimes the hand shovel. This right here is my curb key. So this is what we use to close the water at the curb stop. I always like to use 1 or 2 pieces of wood on each side of the meter. This is the main tools that I use: speed wrench and a crescent wrench. Got my gaskets right there, pieces of wood. The water's off. Now we can try and take it off. The piece of wood is put there so the meter doesn't move when you're trying to take it off at the coupling. This is called a speed wrench. It works really good, but sometimes, like today, it doesn't want to grab. So I go back to my crescent wrench. My crescent wrench worked pretty good on this particular meter. We're gonna try the speed wrench on the other side, on the customer side. It's grabbing a little bit better. Once it grabs, it makes the process really, really fast. Now I can use my hands to remove both couplings with no issues. This customer didn't have a house valve, so when we remove the meter, that's water that's going to come back into the meter box from the customer's water line. The meter box filled with a little bit of water, so now we're going to use our Milwaukee electric pump to pump some of the water out. We used to use hand pumps, and that got us really, really tired, so this is really good. The only setback is when there's a little bit of water in there, the pump doesn't pick it up. It's not going to function unless there's a lot of water in there. So now that we got the water out, we can finally install our water meter. So this water meter was pretty easy to install. Just got my gaskets, I think gaskets, and I was able to put it in there. There was more time wasted on the whole prepping process than the actual installation of the water meter. Now I can use my speed wrench again and get the customer size tight. Then our side, turn on the curb key and check for any water leaks. Before I open up the water, I have to open up the customer's hose bib, just to make sure that any of the air that's inside of the water line comes out. Here we go. Now we can turn on the water meter. You always have to turn it on really, really slow. You don't want to go fast, otherwise it's going to break the customer's line. The water meter is partially opened. Now we're going to check on the hose bib. We're going to let the water run for a few seconds. Okay, good enough. Now we can close it. I checked the hose bib. Now I can fully open up the curb stop. Just check for any water leaks. Everything looks good. We have to connect our pigtail back to the Sensus antenna. Program it. And we should be able to get a read within 1 hour.